Hi, I walked out into the open field. You can see that I'm in the DM field, and I was walking back up to my car, and you know that spot, that divot that comes in, where it comes back out, and then you go up in there where we put the lights. Something just crashed and ran from right here in the corner, crashed up in here, ran back out, and that tree right there, that whole tree shook. And then my backup light, this is my backup to the backup light because it's not very bright unless I point it in like that. Then my backup light died. And that one had full charge because I just got done with my live and I used my big light on the live and my other one was fully charged. And my backup light died. So I had to get this one out and start a video. But that entire tree right there shook. There's a car up on the road. You see the guardrail right there? In fact, you can see that other car going underneath the moon. There's some kids. That might be them right there leaving. They've been there laughing the whole time. But I think their laughter caused one of the big people to go up there and check them out. And I think me coming out of the woods way down there and coming up the field, I finally turned a light on because the full moon, you actually see out here pretty good. But I wanted to see exactly where I was, and I turned my backup light. Oh, there's eyes. Two sets of eyes up there, see them? Whoop! Two sets of eyes. 3 sets of eyes. There's 3 sets of eyes up there. 4 sets of eyes. Whoop! I don't have my big light anymore. And I can only see the eyes if I'm zoomed way in. Whoop! See the eyes? Moving around. But right here in the corner, right here in this corner, something was big, ran through the edge of this, and I don't know if it tried to climb that tree or use the tree for like a sharp corner to push on it, but that whole tree shook. And then my light died. Now I'm getting, oh, I see what they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See the deer coming out into the field? To my left, I just saw right where they're going, but right here, my goodness, I just saw red eye shine right there. I can't get the eye shine to go with a bigger light. I saw it out of the corner of my eye and with this. But over here, Now you can definitely see that those eyes coming out of the woods is deer. Now they're going back in the woods right there. But I just saw red eye shine right up in there. Whatever that big thing was, maybe I pissed him off and he was waiting for these deer to come out through. Maybe I pissed him off. He was over here waiting for these deer to come out. And he got mad and ran through the woods right here and smashed that tree. And then now I saw red eye shine over in here. It wasn't down low like down by the ground. It was way up in here like that. Like right in there where that hole is. Is that a head? Whoop! Am I seeing a face right there? I can't see it with my eyes, but I can see it with the phone. Whoop! One way to find out, right? Walk towards it. Whoop! Oh! That hole in the tree is not a face, but I just caught red eyes from behind that, looking at me out through that hole. And it's very thick right there, see? That tree that goes up. Can't see legs or anything, but I saw eye shine, red eye shine come out that hole for a split second. Whoop, I just saw it right there. Out that hole. Whoop! I won't come any closer, it's red. The deer are over there, see? They're behind you. Did I screw up your hunting? See how thick that is right there? You can't see through it. It's like matted vines. And he's behind that for me. But if that was eye shine up in that hole right there, if that was eye shine up in that hole, that's 15, 18 feet up. Not that they can't be in a tree, but like there's that busted off. There's a busted off limb, that's 20 feet up. The eye shine was coming out that hole right there. Whoop! I don't hear anything. But I can see the eye shine of the deer. They're just waiting for me to leave. They're hanging around right there. And they don't seem to understand that there's a 15-foot tall Bigfoot standing right there. I lied. I'm coming closer. Make a grunt if you don't want me over here. Do something. See how matted that is right there? No way of seeing through that. You can see around it a little bit. Back in there now. But they're not going to make any noise, and he could just take 2 steps back. And I'll never see him in there. But this is just a little like round circle of trees, because this thing goes up in there and I can see right through it, right through where that, right there, I can see through to the other side where they mow. This is just a little circle island of trees right here. But I think I screwed his hunting up, because I can see a deer right there. See deer's eyes right there? You can see him looking at me. And you can tell by the color, that greenish gold color. I'm colorblind, so to me it looks gold. I don't know if you see it as green, but there's 5 deer in there. But something big ran from this corner, crashed through the trees, smashed into that tree, and then my light died. And by the time I got this light out, and I was over here, and I heard a little bit more motion, and in just a few minutes, those deer came out right there. So I think whatever this was waiting for those deer to come out, and I screwed it up and pissed them off. I thought that maybe he was up there checking out the car, because the car was just parked right up there, right on the edge of where the woods start, and the kids were up there laughing, and they were up there quite a while. So I thought maybe he was up there checking that out, but maybe he was actually waiting for them deer to come out into the woods or come out of the woods right here. And I screwed up his hunting, I'm not sure, but yeah, those things always screw with me. See the reflectors all over the place out there. But I turned the light on to see if anything had followed me out of the woods like they followed Dee out of the woods. And as soon as I turned that light on, clicked that light on, crash, 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 and then that whole tree, that entire tree shook. And then my light died. And a couple minutes later, not even a couple minutes, like a minute later, all those deer came walking out of the woods into this open piece. I said that 4 or 5 times now, but I'm excited. I'm sorry. I'll walk away now. Sorry, I screwed up your hunting. I'm not sorry, dear. I'm glad for you guys that I screwed up his hunting. If he was hunting you, I have no idea. Let me out of here. See me. Pissed him off. But anyway, that's what's happened. And that was cool. And it wasn't, I would say, the deer just ran out of the woods and ran up through the woods, but then did one of them smash head first into that tree? I don't think so. I think it would take more than one deer to actually move that whole tree the way I saw that move. That was phenomenal. And then all 5 deer came just walking back out to me. They wouldn't have been afraid of me in the first place. They're standing there with a light right in their face, and they walked right out into the open field, so I don't think I scared them off. It was definitely something big and different. Anyway, I will, of course, upload this thing to my page. I made many small videos today. Ones that I wanted to show Dee. But this one I will upload. And this is a brand new sign. See where this says Prairie Restoration in Progress? The last time I was out here last month, this entire thing was mowed. But now they're stopping at that corner right over there, mowing to this sign where I'm at, and then there's bird houses down through there. Oops, point you a little better. There's bird houses, and they mowed a line just outside of the bird houses down out through there, and I guess they're trying to let this grow back in. Maybe this will be tall grasses, and they'll only mow it like maybe in the springtime or maybe in the fall to keep the trees from actually growing in it. They do that in the wildlife management area around my place, so every 3 or 4 years they go through with a really big brush hog. Get out here on the road. It rained this morning and my feet, walking in the grass, my feet are getting wet. Stomp my feet. But that was awesome. I got 2 whoops, one on either side of me when I was up at the DM Rock, and I walked down through the woods, came out into the field, was walking up the field with no lights on, and my big light was dying, so I pulled my extra light out. My third light is now in my other back pocket. I pulled that out, and as soon as that light came on, something big in that corner, crash, 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 and that tree shook, and my light died. So I turned the phone on, just regular video. I didn't have time to go live again. I was just live a minute ago. I didn't have time to go live again. I just turned the video on, and I had to dig out my backup to my backup, which is this light that goes down to a pointy like D uses. I walked in the trail way up in there and down to the rock, trying to get them to follow me there, and I did not catch anything for quite a long time. But now that I'm making another video, and I've already scared them off 17 minutes, I might just as well. People will recognize this spot when I was here last month with D. We walked up and down this hill a couple times, and we had the radiation detector. We went all the way down to the stream down there, and then we were standing right up here, and right up in there, the 2 cat balls we put out, the lower one went off by itself, and then the upper one went out by itself, and a minute later the upper one went off again. And when she throws down a cat ball, she leaves it. She does not go back at any time after that and do anything. This, I'm guessing, is a pre-roll. Guessing there's people up there. I just heard a grunt come from up the hill. I don't see people unless they're walking on the other side of the road. But I tend to pick up trash if I point the light at trash, especially the phone light, I pick it up. I don't goof around with the trash in the woods. It pisses them off as much as it pisses me off. So I tend to go back and pick it up. It's bright moonlight up there. I don't see anybody up on that road, but I definitely just heard a huh like that come from that direction. All right. Dee said that they, when she leaves them stuff, that they tend to put old bottles out for her to find. And we found not a super old bottle, but we found an old bottle. So there's what was probably at one point one of those stoves that they used to cook in, but now they use car tire rims and not 55-gallon drums. But there's an old one of those. I just thought I would scooch up in here and see if I could find a bottle. Now that is the cat. That's the cat ball that I threw. It was blue. And you have to move those to make them go off. See it going off? You have to move that to make it go off. And it was actually sitting there a good 4 or 5 minutes, and it went off by itself. And hers was up here a little ways further, because if you saw the live, I told her to roll it down the hill, but it turned itself off, so I went down and got it, and then I threw it out here for him. And you can see that it stopped. See? No light. That it stopped itself. I can still see it sitting over there. And her light was either a red one or a green one. I can't tell at night. And hers, mine is over there, which means hers was right in here somewhere. I didn't think it was quite this far up. Hers has now disappeared. And it could be that the lawnmower guy got it. I don't know. Maybe I'm not looking far enough in the woods. Or maybe they came and picked it up. They do like them. But right here, next to this tree that's ripped down, we left a brush and a couple of combs that I bought them. We left them out here for them. We left them right here, and they are now gone. So one of the lights is missing, and the brushes and combs are gone. Cool. Okay, let's look a little further than I did and see if I can find that second ball again. A little further. I don't see the ball that Dee threw. Yeah, there's hear that? That was people up on the road. I can actually see somebody walking around with a flashlight up there now. So I'm going to turn my light off. Can you light up that ball? Can you light that ball up over there? The one that I moved? The one that flashes? Can you light that ball up? Can you light it? Can you move it? If you move it just a little bit, it'll light up. Go ahead, move that ball so I can see that lights. Heard a twig snap. There's a car coming across the dam. Light that ball. Move it. The blue ball that's right over there. Can you light that up? Move it. You did it before. And I was standing there, and it was last month, and there was a full moon that month too. And it was just as bright as it is out here. I mean, that's the moon. I mean, the video can't see very well when I'm pointing it at the trees here. But you can see the ground, and I can see pretty good. And when those balls lit up last month, when they lit up after we threw them out there, you could tell there was nothing there grabbing them. They just lit up. So I don't know if that was paranormal or supernatural, but that was awesome. And you can see him pointing right at where that ball is. And they don't light up by themselves. And they don't have like a timer that they go off every few minutes or whatever. Because I threw that blue ball over there a month ago, and I just moved it, and it lit up. So the battery goes for a long time if it's not moved. Okay, turn the light back on. Nobody home. Now that might be somebody that knows that D comes out here, because that ooh is on the other end. Way up there on the other end of the dam. The people trying to mess around knows that D comes out here this time of night on Saturdays, which is one of the reasons why I decided to do a live here, so that even though Dee's truck was not parked where my truck is, somebody was not sure what her truck looked like but knew she was out there, that they would maybe go looking for her. And that light has not gone off, so it's not that it goes off once and then when it stops it waits for 3 or 4 minutes and goes off again like on a timer. It doesn't do that. And I did not find the other light, because that light was over there and her light was right here somewhere, and it's not there now. They took the combs and the brush. All right. "29 minutes and 31 seconds. I'm going to wait a couple more seconds. Go ahead and turn that light back on. Move it, and it will light back up. I don't know what it is about D, but that kind of crap happens around her a lot more than it happens around me. All right. I'm out. Good night.